Football returns in Mzansi. 2018 is finally done and dusted. We move on to 2019 now. Let's hope for more of the same in the Absa Premiership. We saw plenty of chopping and changing of coaches. And first up, speaking of chopping and changing of coaches, Bloemfontein Celtic travelled to Chipper United without a head coach after Steve Compella departed ways to Golden Arrows after not being paid a single salary. Yes, not being paid a single salary. Chipper United, the pressure won't be much on them as the host at Sisi Lukashi Stadium, but look, they need to climb the table, and this is a perfect free hit for me. So my money is on the Chile boys of here. Joe Masut has done very little wrong since his return to the league, and back then plenty of value, 18-10. Moving on to the biggest game of the weekend, one of the biggest games in the league. We all look forward to this fixture on the calendar. Kaizer Chiefs host Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, Mamelodi Sundowns on a superb unbeaten run. Kaizer Chiefs, although they've been in a worse position than Mamelodi Sundowns in recent seasons, they've always managed to keep themselves often thereabout and have punched above their weight, so to speak. So, look, under Ernst Middendorp, he's done very little wrong as well. 3 wins on the trot in all competitions, so the team will definitely be going into this tie with a lot of confidence, but of course, club captain Itumle Nkune misses out with a shoulder injury. So where does that leave Mamelodi Sundowns? They have a misfiring Jeremy Brockie up front, but the likes of Gaston Serino and Dile Jali has come up to the fore. So look, fans are calling for Anthony Lafort to start and perhaps stay, and every January transfer window or prior to the season starting, he's linked with moves away, especially to Kaizer Chiefs, in fact. So, look, tough one to call, but my money's on the draw over here at FNB Stadium. Moving on to one of my favorite teams in the league, AmaZulu, being a Durban boy, they travel to Polokwane City to face Polokwane City, yes. So, look, definitely a tough encounter to call. Joseph Vukasic, one of the many coaches who have punched above their weight, done brilliantly. But when the chopping of changing of coaches was happening in December, I was a bit wondering to myself, why is nobody coming in for Kevin Johnson? I think he's been brilliant. They did suffer defeat 3-1 to Black Leopards before the FIFA break, not FIFA break, Christmas break rather. But look, they've done very little wrong, and had those 6 points not been deducted, they would have been above Kaizer Chiefs in the table. So look, they've certainly been impressive this season, but I think my money is on a draw over here. And then next up, log leaders Bidvest Wits. Gavin Hunt knows how to win the league title, done it many times as a head coach. His side travelled to Global Park to play Free State Stars. Now, Free State Stars, they've been hot and cold this season. They've got a key suspension though that I'm worried about in Mobby, the right back. He's been one of the most impressive right backs of the past year and a half, so to speak. But look, Bidvest Wits are missing a key player in their own. So Tabang Manara, he's out suspended rather. So look, definitely a 50-50 one to call, but my money is on the clever boys just because they have the know-how on how to beat the so-called lesser teams in the league. But look, traveling to Global Park is not going to be a problem for me. I think my money at 17-20 will be placed firmly on Bidvest Wits. And then moving on to Highlands Park, they host title-chasing Orlando Pirates. Now, head coach Milutin Sredovic has done a superb job since coming in, leading the team from 11th back into the top 8, fighting for honours in the CAF Champions League, finishing second, pushing Mamelodi Sundowns all the way. They've got a key suspension, Marshall Munetsi out through suspension, but of course, new signing Alfred Ndingani looking to make his debut for the club after training for so long. He's been registered in the CAF competitions, but now he'll be looking to make his league debut, while of course Highlands Park are without their top goal scorer, one of the league's best performers, Matobi Mvala, 7 goals to his name. He's been phenomenal, and of course Highlands Park will miss the services of the fierce attacker. But look, I think Orlando Pirates not walk this one. I wouldn't be as confident as their fan base, but I think they'll edge it over here at 11-10. And of course, moving on to SuperSport United and Cape Town City. Now these teams have been playing each other almost more than the Soweto derby, if I'm honest. And speaking of that, they'll meet later in the Nedbank Cup competition. But look, Cape Town City, we got to speak of Benny McCarthy. What a remarkable job he's doing. Kamali Rasmus now eligible to play for the Citizens and make his debut for the Cape Town-based club. And look, they've done very little wrong. if there's one of the teams I've been impressed with, it's Cape Town City. I think they're going to go away to SuperSport and collect maximum points. I think traveling to Pretoria has been a bit of an issue for them, but look, full value for the win here, 22-10, why not? Benny McCarthy spoke about the false 9 formation before the Christmas interval, but now he has a number 9. He has Kermit Erasmus. He has one of the players coming back from overseas, Bafana experience, played in Europe. Look, it points down to Cape Town City, so that's where my money will be placed at 22-10. And then, of course, Sunday's action sees Golden Arrows, KZN Derby hosting Maritzburg United. Now, Maritzburg United recently just appointing Musin Etzukral and Mapudi Kanyezi as his assistants. And of course, we spoke about Steve Kompella taking over the reins at Golden Arrows. Both teams looking to start off on a high, both coaches looking to start off on a high. But look, my money is placed firmly on Steve Kompella's men. I think he's a brilliant coach, despite, the Kaizer Chiefs fan base wanting him out in his final year at Kaizer Chiefs. But look, working with what he's got, brilliant coach, brilliant mind, great football brain. Steve Kompella takes this one here. Before the Christmas period, Golden Arrows had drawn with Kaizer Chiefs and Bidvest Wits. So, look, they certainly a tough nut to crack. I know the KZN derbies haven't been their most looked forward to fixture in the calendar year, but look, I'm expecting them to make home advantage count, although it's not at Princess Makoko Stadium, it's at the Sugar Ray Ulu Stadium. But my money is still placed on Arrows. And then lastly, we look at Telkom knockout champions, Baroka FC, Redson Nirenda. Brilliant job so far. Eastside host, Dylan Kerr's Black Leopards. Now, Black Leopards, Dylan Kerr registered his first win of the season since he took over the Duva and beating Amazulu 3-1. But look, they're one of 3 teams yet to win on the road this season. So going to a team with, so much confidence, they come off the back of a remarkable last few weeks that they've just had. So what could come into play is a bit of hangover from the Christmas period. Lots of players received massive bonuses. I'm hearing something like 4 million. So look, it's going to be interesting, but I think my money is on Baroka FC. So that's it. Those are my views and opinions on the upcoming Absa Premiership fixtures. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a like on Facebook. For more soccer betting tips and previews, get the latest copy of Soccer Betting News for only 10 Rand at your nearest Hollywood Bets branch or news agents.